Alright, so first you just put it on there. Make sure that the clamps can reach the lowest crosses and the top crosses also, so the whole thing has to kind of be centered. And once you get this in, one side should be tight already. And you just pull this nice and tight on the inside here and lock it in with these here. Okay. So now the racket should be kind of tight, but it can still move a little bit. And you drop these on top. So first, don't put these too tight. And then you were asking about the holes here. So usually pick the outside holes and put the V part on the inside here. And this will make it tight against there. So you can use different holes for some different rackets. You want to try not to block a grommet too badly here. It does have a slot, but if you put it, you want to see this one falls perfectly here because it's not blocking any of the grommets, so you'll be able to get the string easily in and out. So just line it up first, don't make it too tight, and then get these ones ready down here. Same thing, making sure it falls nicely and it kind of falls in between the grommets if possible. And now, since you don't want to make anything too tight at once, so you do a little bit here, go back, give another crank here, a little bit more here, a little bit more. So just work everything nice and tight. You don't have to get ridiculous with it, but you want it to be snug on there. Same with this. Alright, so then you got the racket nicely mounted. Make sure again that all these are tight here. The other ones that you started with. Once it's mounted up again, check, make sure you can reach the top cross here and the bottom cross over here. And then you're ready to start pulling. I'm not actually going to do a racket because I don't have a racket to do right now, but I'll use my tensioner to show you. So you can hook this on here. You set this, you want to make sure when you set up your machine that the black knob is on the, it might actually be the other way. I'll have to check that out for you, but you measure from the bottom. I'm going to just put this to 55. Make that nice and tight. Okay, so if I was going to pull my first main here, this off. Fly off. So you want to set the gripper about like that, put the string in here to the bottom flat and push this way and hold it right here so it goes in the track. Are you close enough to see it? So again, you get this is set this way and the gripper's over here. So you put this right here, push it in here, make sure that stays in the track, and you drop this down. Once it gets a little bit of tension on it, you can let go and use this hand. Okay, so that didn't work that well. Let's try again from this end.
I didn't know I was going to be getting a bunch of phone calls.
It's okay. Okay, so you put this in here again. Let it go down. So see how it fell a little below horizontal here? What you need to do now is hold this part of the gripper here so that doesn't move while you lift this a little bit. Now it falls flush. So I pull each one for about 20-30 seconds, then you can clamp off your string and release the tension off of it. So I'll just show you what happens here. If you have something that's too tight, the string already, you go like this and your gripper doesn't fall, the bar doesn't fall horizontal, that means it's too tight and you just need to take it again, pull it a little further out so there's a little more slack to start with, and then again this time it fell a little too horizontal, so I need to hold this and lift only this part. So I'm kind of pulling on this and it's horizontal again. I'll show you a little more extreme example of it. So you put it in again, hold this, make sure this stays in the track, So this time it fell way down. It's all bottomed out. So I'm going to hold that bottom part while I lift that and keep going. Sometimes you might have had too much slack. So if you see this approaching, you wouldn't want this to hit your string here. So if that was going to hit your string, see now I messed up. It's too far up, and you definitely don't want to push this down because you're going to change the tension. So you pull this back again. See this part, what the spring allows you to do is this can rotate this way, but it can't go this way because that's how it can pull the tension. So if the string pops, the spring that's inside here, which is this guy. This is a brand new replacement one. If this part of the spring that's mounted inside here breaks off, this part's going to be allowed to go in this direction and the other direction, which it can't go right now. And then what will happen when you try to pull it, the string will just stay loose and the machine won't work at all. So what I did when my last one popped, this broke, I grabbed it with needle nose pliers, this little part here, and bent 90 degrees again, so I made a new part and then just put it back in there. It's inside of this part. So that should pretty much answer everything. Just make sure these are tight. These are tight when you're stringing. This is the break here. Your machine may or may not have it. I know it's slightly different. This, you really don't need it unless you're, tying knots. Sometimes they're stringing a Prince 03 racket. And then, pulling this again. Make sure that's open. Slide the string in. Hold it with one finger. Goes in this track. Let that fall. And then hold this as you set this couple times so it falls perfectly horizontal. There I went a little too extreme again. You would want it to fall perfectly horizontal because that's how it'll pull the exact tension. Alright, that should be about everything. Good luck.